If you want to improve your 20 metre and 15 metre circles, this is a really simple way to do it. I've basically got poles there as guidelines, and all you have to do is trot around the poles. And because this school is 20 metres wide, you can then put the poles out from a starting point, which I've made on X, and then I've walked out 10 metres to the outside edge of the pole. I have a separate video that demonstrates and explains everything about how I've done this. But basically what this does is then to be able to, all I have to do is ride from E around each pole and then to B and around the edge of the poles. And because that's 20 metres diameter, it gives me a symmetrical circle. Now, the excellent thing about this is that the poles are actually 2.5 metres long. So I've made them 7.5 from my starting point. So that's basically 15 metres. So I've got a 15 metre circle here on the inside line. And what that does is mean that I just have to ride from point to point to point, and it kind of breaks it down really easily. It teaches me to ride with my head up. It teaches the horse where to go. He can understand if he's falling out, falling in, because the poles are there to guide me. And they're there to be able to help enable the shape of a symmetrical circle, because I sometimes struggle with this, but you don't realise a horse is overbending one way and then you end up falling out, or conversely, he might be falling in the other way. So, of course, what you have to do is then also obviously to make sure your right and your left are symmetrical as well. And you can see I'm doing this in canter now. But it's just great because it's just a really easy exercise to follow, and you can really get the feel of it. But at the same time, I'm getting the understanding about, especially in his canter, he mustn't be quarters in. I've got the poles there to help guide me around. I've chosen 3 poles because that's easier for me to follow and set up, but you can do as many poles as you like. You can do them all the way around if you like. But here, again, I've used them on the inside, and it's just a really good way. You can tell whether the inside hind leg is falling in, falling out, and I'm able to ride him much better, much straighter, much more relaxed, because I know exactly where I'm supposed to be going and where his body is. So I found this incredibly helpful.